Once assignments are created, there are many elements that can be changed on the assignment screen without actually going into the assignment itself. First, I'm going to click on the toggle outline button in the upper left to get more room to work in. In the upper left-hand corner, you can organize your assignments by filtering. The first drop-down is by unscored activities and scored assignments. Most people make all assignments as scored assignments, so you probably won't filter much by this. Next is by aligned terms. You have 6 terms in the school year, and it will know what term the assignment is based on the due date. The next is by standard or task. When you're on the standard or task screen, you can look at all your standards in your Infinite Campus gradebook for this particular class. If you've stored all your assignments under the main one, then you probably won't need to use this to filter. But if you've decided to create folders and assignments and store them under the individual tasks underneath social studies, such as government and civics, economics, and so forth, you may need to filter here. The next drop-down is by category. You can look at only class projects, only homework, or test quizzes. Or you can leave it at all categories and view all. The last drop-down is by student groups. You'll learn how to do student groups in another lesson, but if you have created student groups, you can show them here. From the assignment screen, the first column that you see is active. By default, all assignments are made active. If you decide that you do not want to use an assignment, you can uncheck the active box, and that assignment will be marked as inactive. By default, all assignments are viewable on the parent portal. If you decide not to show one at a particular time, you can check the hide box, or you can use the top box to hide all until you're ready for them to be viewable on the portal. You may decide to hide an assignment, for example, because maybe you've created it, but you aren't quite sure at the time when it will actually be due. You can change the sequence. By default, the assignments will be sorted when you view them in your gradebook by due date and then by assignment name. So if there are 2 assignments due on the same date, the one that begins with the letter A will be viewable before the one that begins with the letter B. So by due date and then assignment name. You can change that by changing the sequence. Most people do not work with sequence, they just leave it as organized by due date and then assignment name. You can change the assigned date or due date in here. On this screen, if you wanted to edit the assignment, you would click on the blue assignment name. If you wanted to score the assignment, you would click on the scoring icon, which is a little notepad. The very top of each column allows you to sort your assignments. So you can sort them by assigned date by clicking on the arrow. You can sort them by assignment name by clicking on them on the arrow. And if you've marked any assignments as turned in, missing, late, incomplete, cheated, or exempt, you can click on the number underneath it to enter in some details. For example, if we've got 6 assignments that are turned in and 1 is missing, I can click on the one that is missing, go in, change it to turned in, put in the score, and hit save. Now I'll click back on assignment list. That's it for the tutorial on viewing assignments and editing assignments. Please click the close button on the upper right to return to class.